Okay, so how do you follow up a sound check about bat ball sacks? Like, the sound check was already so epic.
I don't know.
Just talking about
Bat ball sacks.
I don't know where you go from there.
I don't either.
I guess so. Hi, and welcome to the episode, you guys. That's where we left off talking. We'd gone to the zoo, and we witnessed a bat in his full glory.
Like, I thought I took the most epic picture of a bat. Like, he had spread his wings.
Oh my god, and she was so excited to take these pictures. She just was losing her mind over the cute bats.
Bats are my favorite, and
I know.
I took what I thought was the most, it might be the most epic picture of a bat, and I had started sending it out to people.
That's right, you had.
I did. And then I was like, by the way, once I had looked at it, so sorry about
the bat ball sack.
The bat ball sack, because I didn't realize it until I had looked at it later.
We shan't be apologizing to you guys because you can't see it. And bat ball sacks are hilarious content, so I stand by it.
Yep. Anyways, hi.
Hey, the people you sent that to loved it.
They did. I mean, it was a really great picture.
Of a bat's ball sack, yes, it
was. I mean, he was spreading his wings. He was just, He was
just dramatic.
Yes.
Look, maybe this is why nudism is important, because we be making fun of this poor bat's balls being out.
Yes.
But if we were all tits and balls out, we wouldn't care as much.
For real. My 13-year-old was like, his balls are bigger than its eyeballs. Do you remember when she said that?
Yes. I mean, also, so are human balls?
I think so, probably. Yeah, for sure.
I very much hope so. That
yeah.
feels healthy, but I haven't seen that many pairs, I guess.
Of balls.
Yep.
I've seen a lot of eyeballs.
I've seen so many pairs of eyeballs. Just a fuckload.
Anyway.
Any other conversation about this matter shall happen perhaps one day when we start an OnlyFans or do special ticketed episodes somehow.
Yep, that sounds great.
Just host them quietly on Vimeo, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Actually, that's a really good plan.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Whoop.
Anyways, hi, we've missed you.
We've missed you so much. Do you know how long it's been since we recorded an episode? Like, probably 3 fucking weeks.
Yes, way too long.
Too fucking long. Ashley said to me this morning that we hadn't even done an episode since we had done the grand opening.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So we thought we would focus this week's episode that we are filming today and releasing later today because we behind.
We so behind and we miss you.
No, we're not behind. We are exactly where we are.
Yes, we are.
And that's the truth of where we are.
Yes. There's been so much going on.
Well, and we love you guys and we don't want to leave you hanging.
Yeah.
And also we be starting a business. So
yeah.
It's been a lot about balance. So we thought we might talk about what it's like to start your own business as far as our experiences have been.
Yes.
Because I know for sure that some listeners have mentioned wanting to start their own businesses. Mm-hmm. Some of you might have your own businesses but might not have a brick and mortar yet. Right. So there's a lot that we can share for the folks who love the entrepreneurial world. And if you just like have a secret inkling, just like a little like, that must be so nice for them to have started a business. Like,
yes.
Even just hearing about other people doing a thing that you have a secret little whisper of wanting to do, that can be so beneficial in getting you to a point where you feel
ready.
51% ready. Yeah. Or full guns blazing ready.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, I felt more than 51% ready for this.
Oh, yes. When I mean...
Hold on. Before we dive super in, by the by, if we haven't met yet, I'm Kayla.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome to Your Soul Welcome.
A podcast of healing out loud for humans spelunking through their deepest hearts.
Yeah.
And if everything goes according to plan, there was an intro inserted right after that that Ashley just did. And if we don't have time for that, do 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 do. That's all I have for you today. Yep. There's only so much time when you're recording an episode and releasing it in the same day.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing we're chill with ourselves and don't plan on editing really anything.
Yeah, we really don't.
Well, especially not now that the puppos are at home with Carrie and we're here.
I do miss those sweet pups.
I know. I dream of bringing them here. I just need to work on socializing them for surezies. Little dreamboats.
I know.
Little muffaloos.
I know. Rose was in my dream of the podcast from the very beginning.
I know. Sweet little bean. Mm-hmm. And there's enough room in that little back corner that we could put a little dog bed there for her.
Yeah, a little elevated one so she can be up here with us.
I'm into that. Yeah. Because we don't need a table here. We could have a little table over here maybe or something. Yeah. And that could just be Rose's space.
We could bring her beautiful green bench that she loves to perch upon.
That might be a little large.
I know, but it's
she
beautiful.
She needs to be more of a cute little curly donut back there, I think.
I know. She's just so cute. She deserves everything that she desires.
Oh my God. No mammal on earth deserves more than Sweet Rose.
I know. I love her
Which is to say, you all deserve exactly what you want to.
So true.
Right? Like, no more or less deserving.
That's right. I need to come see your dogs.
Yes. Well, we need to do a bestie date. Mm-hmm. So here's a fun fact about entrepreneurship. When you go into business with your bestie, you stop hanging out.
Well, you hang out all of the time.
But it's all about work and not about fun. And all work and no play makes for an axe murderer in a Stephen King movie. And we don't need that.
She's referring to herself. I don't feel like an axe murderer.
Is it just me?
I mean, I don't feel axe murderer.
To The Shining.
Oh.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's what the quote is from. It's from The Shining.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, great. I don't feel that way.
I was like, wow.
I was like, I don't feel that
Calling
way.
Me an axe murderer.
No.
Rude.
I was like, I definitely don't feel that way. I did not read that book.
I do not also feel like axing my way through a door.
Okay.
Saying, here's Johnny, with Jack Nicholson's creepy face.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yep, nope, don't need that. Don't need that. Nope.
But it is very important to prioritize bestie time, too. That is.
And we have been as successful as we've been at that.
Which is to say, we have done it, and it was
marvelous.
So marvelous and so rewarding and so fulfilling.
And now that was 3 weeks ago.
Yes. So we're overdue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because what did we do?
We went to brunch.
Oh yeah, I recall what we did that day. You texted me about something either last night or this morning. And I had a feeling of just pure joy and happiness without any stress. And I was like, oh yeah. Oh. Ashley's my best friend.
It was when we were so in
sync. We're not just building. Yes! It was when we were so in sync.
Because I did it too. And I literally said it out loud. And I was like, I love it when Kayla and I are just... No, I was like...
Yes.
I said... Here's exactly what I said. I giggled. And then Mark was like, what's up? And I was like, I love it when Kayla and I are just...
Yes.
That's what I said.
And we need more...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So unless you're being incredibly intentional with your bestie or business partner, it is an easy thing to let fall to the wayside because of the quantity of time that you are spending with each other. So it seems like you should be good. Like, just saw Ashley all day.
Yeah.
Don't need more. But then also, if I want to lead the business that I want to lead and create the business that I want to create, I need to be a person who prioritizes my relationships just across the board.
Yes.
And that includes you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And letting myself feel it.
Yeah.
Because I will put up stress walls. Here's another fun thing that I've learned about myself now as a brick and mortar business owner. As a successful business owner.
Mm-hmm.
I had versions of success with Brave Heart Open Mind, but this has been far and away more traditionally successful, like in, I don't know, our capitalist society's definition of success.
Right.
Anyway, I have the tendency to put up stress walls wherein if I'm feeling stressed out, I don't want to let in joy because I also don't want to let in stress, if that makes sense.
Right.
So I put up like little emotion walls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm describing a very common thing, aren't I? Yep.
Well, no,
fine.
but that's okay. Keep telling your truth. Like, that's
Thank
what
you.
you're here. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a protection mechanism, and then I'm devoting really dedicatedly to not fucking doing that and to letting myself experience joy in my life. And so then when I make the conscious decision to let it in, I'm like, oh yeah, life gets to be fun and joyous also.
Yes.
Not just shades of gray.
Yeah.
Because when you limit your emotions like that, you're essentially telling yourself on like the emotional spectrum, like if here is absolute fucking divine joy and here is absolute fucking like sadness, you're telling yourself that you can only experience the middle. So you can only experience a little bit of sadness and stress and a little bit of joy.
Right.
And that's a gray fucking world.
Yes.
It just is.
It really is.
You're making it overcast in your world every day when you are choosing to let those walls that you unconsciously put up stand. So each choice that you have throughout your day is a decision to leave the wall up or like dismantle it is what I was going to say, but that makes it sound really hard. It has gotten easier for me to make these decisions wherein I drop my walls. It's more like you know how you go to the theater and like they might raise up a backdrop up to the ceiling and then like lower it or whatever, or lower and raise it.
Yeah.
It's more like, I like let the wall rise up and then I'm like, oh, wait, nope, let's just drop it dramatically all of a sudden.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We talked about that a little bit at the Whimsy workshop.
Oh, did you?
Yes, we did. Quite a bit,
Well, what was in the collective? What? No need to name names or anything, but what did you guys talk about?
We talked about almost exactly that. About how as you get older, when you're young, you don't have the ability to
do the walls.
Put those walls up. Because...
Well, yeah, that's why toddlers live full out, right?
Yes.
All strong emotions all the time.
Exactly, because, like, the wonder, like, the whole world is new and wondrous, and the things that light them all the way up.
Yes.
And the things that scare them
all
the way.
I know, we took Sweet Ivan on a ghost tour on the family vacation.
Yes.
He did pretty good about it.
Good.
And he was scared.
Yeah, I don't think Max, and Ivan is younger than Max.
Oh, Max wouldn't have wanted to.
No, Max would not.
No, Max and Carrie would have waited back up by the cute little ride-along scooters that the tour was on, which is so okay. And honestly, I thought that my brother-in-law Chris and Ivan might stay back.
Yeah.
But he wanted to go and try.
Yeah, I think that's so great. Like, that shows a ton of emotional resilience.
Truly.
At such a young age
and
for him.
is not even 8 yet.
Yes.
He doesn't turn 8 until September, so he's just operating with his little unconscious mind. Well, cutie pie.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go on.
No, that's okay. But as we get older, we start to realize that we can kind of put those walls up to prevent,
Sadness.
some of those sad things or some of those scary things or some of those stressful things.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times we block those out.
Mm-hmm.
But when we do, it numbs, it does numb the other side of those tendrils.
Yes.
And I did a visualization kind of in the workshop.
Yeah.
And it was where we visualized our inner child and us interacting with our inner child. And it was very emotional because, like, a lot of times when we're doing inner child work, we think about or we talk to or we, connect with our inner child that way, but we don't often interact with our inner child. And that is really difficult sometimes because you're seeing yourself, a much freer version of yourself. And
all whimsical
and carefree and experiencing so much joy and wonder, and
you realize how much you're not experiencing.
Exactly. And you kind of feel the sense of longing and the sense of sadness.
And grief for what I have experienced.
Yes.
Is grief for, like, yesterday, Kayla, who didn't know that she wasn't experiencing that. Grief for the time that has passed in which you did not revel in joy.
Right.
And that's so normal to experience those layers of grief for your past self. And even while you are experiencing excitement for your present self and excitement for your future self, who gets to experience that joy now that you're consciously aware of those walls. And then also you have that, like, fine, more conscious decisions to make to change my life.
Right.
Just that soft, like, so it is again.
Yes.
We must heal the thing.
Yes.
Do the do.
Yep. More inner work.
Yeah. And now I just have moved into a place where I just accept that it's a thing that I do.
Yes.
So in actuality, it's become less of a chore.
Yeah.
The more that I'm just like, fuck, fine. Like, that's just what I do. So that's just what I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah, it becomes less of a chore.
It does. I agree.
So I experienced those, like, sighs so much less.
Yes.
Than, like, even a year ago, probably. Okay, radiant humans. If you're ready to cave dive into your own healing and expansion with your own self-curiosity as your guide, you're officially ready to step inside the Inner Play Portal. Your soul welcomes cozy online library of healing practices, techniques, rituals, and recordings that are designed to explicitly activate and support your own self-healing.
Pop on over to yoursoulwelcome.com to reserve your membership pass right away, or read more about the Inner Play Portal.
Hooray! Hi, beautifuls. Editing Kayla here. So the Inner Play Portal isn't quite ready to party yet, but we did want to put the ad in so that you know that it's coming. It's going to be ready so soon. Keep an eye out, keep an ear out. We cannot wait to party with you in this beautiful portal that's going to have as many of the events that are going to happen at Your Soul Welcome recorded and uploaded as possible. So stay tuned. We love you.
Right. Absolutely. I think too it's almost like there is, while it still can be like another thing to unearth, another thing to go through, there's also a little bit of excitement there too.
Yes.
Because I know that, for me anyways, I know that on the other side of working through this thing, there is a brighter light. There is a sense of ease. There is something that is going to flow better or work easier or just feel better. And that, in and of itself, I feel like is worth it every time.
Yes, yes. I want to tell you that you've got a little baby bat in the cave.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I also wanted to speak to how when I...
Did I get it?
You did, yes.
Thank you.
When I am doing the inner work now, it feels so much less like doing because I can just trust myself to get it done. Like, even if I don't want to be like, oh, I noticed a big, huge, glaring, like, fallacy in my thinking again. Like, here I am stuck in this pattern. Look at me witness this pattern.
Yes.
It's less that I have to, like, see that and decide which ritual I'm going to do to help myself.
Right.
Like, and doing, like, a strict version of the peace talks method or leading myself through something really specific. Like, I just assume that I'm going to energetically purge it because I'm just consistently doing energy work.
Yeah.
And that feels really peaceful, especially now in starting a business, because I don't have to spend so much conscious emotional labor on myself.
Yes. Sorry if you could hear that. That was my stomach.
Oh, are you hungry again?
No.
Is it time for second breakfast?
Maybe. I ate apples and pretzels for breakfast, so like maybe I didn't add protein. That was my problem. See? Learning.
You are learning.
See? Yeah. It happens when you're doing the work and you're doing the work and you're doing the work. It just like it snowballs, right? And then it just keeps moving and chugging along.
Yes. Well, and I think it also, some of my success of that circles back to the realization that we had probably like a month ago of removing the word trying from our vocabulary. And I was speaking with a client about this at one of our Soul Deep group coaching sessions that we're hosting at You're So Welcome Now. That's a thing that if you're local, you can absolutely come to and buy tickets to. I will do my best to drop that in the description below, but you can also just go to yoursoulwelcome.com and you can find that Soul Deep group coaching.
Yes.
Anyway, we were talking about removing trying from your vocabulary because a client was telling me about how they were trying and I was like, trying is a state of stuckness.
Yes.
We had a friend, one of our friends, what did he hold out to you to get you to try and take it? It was like a coaster or like a candy bar or a
it was
phone.
Just like a...
It was something that he had laying around. And he pulled it out and he held it out to Ashley and he was like, try to take this from me. And so she took it from him.
I just snatched it right out of his hand.
And he was like, no, I didn't say take it from me. I said, try to take it from me. And she grabbed it out of his hand again. And he was like, no. You don't get to take it. You can only try to take it. And it was around that point that we were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Because when you're trying, you are very categorically, according to the definitions of your unconscious mind, not doing. It is a process of notness, not having. It's something that lands energetically in the realm of scarcity because you do not get to have yet. And that leaves very little room for you getting to be a person in flux because it keeps you in that state of trying instead of in a state of having or receiving.
Or doing or being.
Or learning.
Yes.
And so I have replaced I'm trying to do that with I am learning that. And that has been incredibly helpful.
Yes.
So you said that just like a minute or two ago that you were learning. And I was
Yes.
like, ooh, look at her. Because I know that 2 months ago, both of us would have said, like, we're trying.
We're trying to do better.
Like, I bet if you listen back to past episodes, you could, like, do, like, a whole, I don't know, jelly bean game. Eat a jelly bean every time we say we're trying. We're trying.
But we're doing it, Big Bird.
We're so doing it. And we were getting somewhere with the we're already doing it.
Yeah.
Because we've said that a lot on some episodes here.
Thanks, Bungie.
And it's nice to have that grace of we're learning it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Where I am getting better and better at that.
Yes. Because especially in starting a business and in growing our business, it has all been a major learning curve.
Absolutely. I was speaking on the phone with my mother this morning about how everything in my life has in some way prepared me for this business that we're birthing. And it's a learning curve. Like, it's all the things. Like, I have so much experience in creating and facilitating events at UNO. Like, I was the director of the Maverick Productions organization on campus, which brought all of the comedians and musicians and stuff to campus. And I participated in Maverick Productions all 4 years of college and then directed it my senior year.
Oh, cool.
Most of which I blocked out because that's mostly during my depression. But the skill sets remain even if I don't have access to all of the memories. And I know that I will work with myself and get some of those memories back because we had a really good time.
Yeah.
Even amidst my shitty McShitty depression.
Right.
So I'm working on that. But, like, I've got all of these experiences that back me up here. And it's all a learning curve.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, I could not have been better prepared for this job, I think, if I had tried.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know what I'm doing half the time. That's not true. I know that's not true.
Yes.
Some days that feels particularly more true than others.
Well, I am just amazingly grateful for you. Every day.
Hey, thanks.
Every day.
Hey, thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're so welcome. Because I have spent 35, almost 36 years learning a fuckload of skill sets to cope with my neurodivergence that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other brain train.
Yeah.
The shame I feel about knowing that I'm neurodivergent and knowing that I don't struggle as much as other neurodivergent people because my life required me to have such good skill sets that my neurodivergence didn't show. Oh, I'm getting a huge ringing in my ears right now talking about this.
Oh, wow.
That's so interesting. But it's really interesting because I feel a level of like I'm too good to be neurodivergent, or like I'm not good enough to be in the neurodivergent world because I have coping skills.
Your coping skills, that's masking.
Yes.
And that's from trauma.
Yes. My breathing is very up in my chest right now. So my body is, between the ear ringing and the chest breathing, is very stressed out talking about.
Do you want to not talk about it?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I have learned to be with my body inside of its stress.
Okay.
So rather than just breathing in my chest and feeling stressed out, I have realized that and can focus on belly breathing even while we're talking about things.
Okay, great.
Because that's, again, the beauty of practicing regular regulation tools and practicing them even haphazardly, even if you are neurodivergent and your habits don't look like other people's habits, that's okay. Practicing haphazardly and choosing to continue practicing haphazardly eventually works.
Yes.
Like, and it works well. because I've spent almost 5 years in the coaching world at this point, and without those 5 years, I would be past Kayla, and she didn't know a thing about regulating anything.
Right.
She just was going through life perpetually stressed out, and
Right.
I don't have to do that anymore.
No.
And I've been talking this whole time, and my breath is already back in my belly because I have done it so often over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys listening, if you're at all comparing yourself to anyone, compare yourself to 5 years ago you. Not to shame 5 years ago you, because that is not the point.
Or to shame yourself now either.
Like 5 years ago you was doing the best that she could. Now you is doing the best that you can. And what more like skills and knowledge do you have access to now that you didn't have 5 years ago? Compare yourself to that. Because when I compare myself to Sweet Baby Moon Pie Kayla 5 years ago, oh, she was trying so hard.
Yes.
And she was learning so much.
Yes.
And I am a whole ass different person than I was 5 years ago. And that feels like magic.
Yeah.
That feels like alchemy.
Yes.
That feels like I worked a spell that took 5 years to brew.
Yeah.
And I have polyjuiced myself into the me of now.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, like, don't underestimate what you're capable of building in small increments over time. And I know that can be frustrating to hear. I was always frustrated to hear those types of things when I was first starting out in this. And now I realize why it's so common for people to say.
Right. And I know you're someone who likes things to happen fast and likes to...
Me?
Yes, you. Yes.
True.
You. But when you zoom out, right, and you
Yeah.
look at the bigger picture, the long-term picture, sometimes it's easier to see those bigger changes, those changes that happen over a longer period of time.
Yes. And even just circle back with yourself, the you were when you first started listening to this podcast, whether you've been listening for a little over a year because you were with us from the beginning.
Yeah.
P.S. We got the cutest raffle entry at our grand opening.
Yes.
From, what was her name? Saline? Shoot, I'm so sorry I'm forgetting your name. Sweet human who has been following us from the beginning.
Yes!
She left such a sweet message on the like little raffle entry about how she was one of the ones who had been listening from the beginning and she was so excited for us. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So even just compare you to where you were a year ago. How much has changed in your ability to perceive yourself? How much of your self-awareness has changed? Because working with your self-awareness, your self-intimacy, your self-curiosity.
Yes.
Those are the ways in which you build your life into a life that takes quantum leaps.
Yes.
Into a life where starting a business like this feels possible. Because unless you know yourself, you're spending half your time as an entrepreneur finding things out about yourself. And isn't it nice that you found shit out before?
Yes.
Like all of the dark things, the dark things. The like indoctrination from Catholic school that I am a truly evil person.
Yes.
Like, I took care of that like 3 years ago. Like, that's cool. Good thing I don't think I'm an evil person as a business owner. Now, great. Because that allows for so much more self-trust.
Right? Yes.
Now that I know that I'm not evil, that's great.
Yes.
So, yeah, getting to know yourself is the number one way I can think of to help yourself feel ready for any type of entrepreneurial pursuit. Mm-hmm. And not stopping at the thoughts of I'm evil. And that's a scary thing to sit with.
Yeah.
And I sat with it alone at like midnight.
Oh, I do remember you telling me this.
Because I was in the middle of training for coaching, and we had learned a process that I don't recall the name of. Nope, it's not coming to me, which is fine. It's a pretty heavy process, so it's not one that I recommend everyone DIY themselves.
Yeah.
Unless I recommend that you DIY it right before your therapy session with your therapist.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the time to do it, not midnight all alone without having entered therapy yet. That I don't recommend that.
When you're going to have support.
Correct. Yes. And luckily, I had support in the form of having been trained on how to do this process. So I was like, well, I guess I'm doing the process. Yeah. Like, my literal inner vision of myself was as a demon.
Oh, man.
I held the vision of myself as a demon person. And there's no way that I could start a heart-centered business like this and expect to hold space for other people thinking that about myself, which probably speaks to my lack of traditional success the first 2 years of my business, which is okay. That's okay. That's okay. I was not ready. I wasn't ready.
Right.
Until now. Now I am ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. I bet if you listen cozily enough, you can hear the delectable sound of milk steaming in the background, while an open-hearted barista makes you the most exquisite cup of coffee this side of the Milky Way.
Karma Coffee is queen at inducing the most delectable vibes of coziness, warmth, and open-hearted joy. Frolic on over to Karma Coffee and get you an amazing Garden Goddess spicy chai off their secret menu. They'll know that I told you because I order it all the time.
Or order one of their one-of-a-kind waffle flights of their heavenly waffles.
They also have an amazing croissant breakfast, Sammy, that I wasn't planning on adding to this ad, but it's so good that I couldn't leave it out, but now we're out of time. So go get some amazing Karma Coffee. Love you. Bye! I'm so more ready than I could have possibly ever been.
Yeah.
If I had tried. Is that how you feel? How do
you
feel?
I feel ready.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Because why not? Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not? Take a crazy chance. Choo-choo. Why not? Why not? Do a crazy dance. I gotta put down my delicious Karma Coffee. Hold on. Do a crazy dance. If you lose, if you live a little, then you might live a lot. So why not? Why not? Don't sue me, Hillary Duff. Thanks. That's Disney, actually. I probably shouldn't have sang that whole thing, but that's okay.
It's okay.
It is what it is, and we are where we are.
Yep.
And our YouTube isn't monetized anyway! Yet. Thank you. I was going to add that on, but then I saw you leaning in, and I was like, she's going to go for it. She's going to yet the yet.
I got you, boo.
Ooh, yeeting. I wanted to talk about yeeting today, too.
Max's favorite word.
It is Max's favorite word.
Yeah.
I think Carrie felt a little cool when he said it, too.
Good!
This is a Carrie philosophy, and if you've been listening to this channel, this podcast for a while now, you know that the wisdom that my husband drops is sick!
It is. It's fire.
It's so good. He's the wisest man. Anyway, we were talking about cleaning, and which is also a popular topic that we talk about on this podcast.
I do a lot of talking about cleaning. Not a lot of doing the cleaning, but
hey, sometimes you gotta soften the topic up before you can go full bore and that gets to be okay.
Great. Thank you.
But Carrie always cleans so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? Wherefore? How are you getting these things done? So we broke down his process.
Oh, great.
And he was like, it's essentially, I just yeet things. I chuck things closer to their destination. He's like, when I take things, they might not go to their exact perfect home, but they go closer to their home. Like, all the things that go into the office, like, I might move it into the bathroom first, like, on my way, because I know that I'm going to the bathroom, and I know that this thing needs to go to the office, and the bathroom is on the way to the office. So he'll take it to the bathroom. And then next time he's in the bathroom, if he forgets on his way back out, just the next time when he sees it, he's like, oh yeah, that thing goes to the office. And he yeets it into the office.
Oh.
So it'll at least go on his desk, but maybe it's a thing that goes on my bookshelf. Well, then eventually it'll go on the bookshelf.
Wow.
And so I took it to a place where it can work for me, because I also enjoy the rule of I only touch things once.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've heard that in cleaning philosophy also. We're getting to how this applies to work, I promise. There's just some buildup, you guys. And so I was like, well, I can just grab two things when I know I'm going to the kitchen. I can do that. I have two hands. I grab two things. I go to kitchen. That feels good. I'm only touching it once. It's made it to its destination, but I have not spent time on a huge project of cleaning.
Yeah.
I have shepherded two things to the kitchen when I have walked there. And so that feels incredibly accessible to where I am right now.
Yeah.
Like, I went home from work the other day and just cleaned. And I was like, who am I? And I didn't necessarily feel like I accomplished. Oh, God. I have an addendum realization that I just heard on a YouTube video last night. Maybe I meant to go on that tangent now. So anyway, in this YouTube video, they were talking about... Did I lose the whole thing? Come on, brain. Where'd she go? Where is the thought?
Cleaning.
Taking things from A to B. Oh, I realized, so the other day when I was cleaning, I did not feel like I had accomplished very much.
Okay.
Because I couldn't point to a place and be like, I cleaned that table. Mm-hmm. I cleaned this kitchen. I cleaned that room. Like, I couldn't do that.
Right.
I hung up 3 pieces of laundry. I yeeted.
Right. Okay.
Right. I did weird, tiny things that were all helpful.
Yeah.
And what I found joy in, what I allowed myself to receive dopamine for, was the fact that I did it.
Yeah.
And the fact that I did it, I heard in a YouTube video either last night or the night before. Mm-hmm. It was a short on ADHD because those get fed to me in the YouTube algorithm quite a lot.
Yep.
And this guy was talking about how tiny decisions over time add up. So what we were talking about earlier in the episode, but they were talking about it in a way that was directed directly at habits. Mm-hmm. And so, oh no, it wasn't a dude. It was this therapist woman who gets put on my channel a lot. She has like really lovely, like brunette hair. She always has like really heartfelt music in the background.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, she was saying that if you allow for your reward to be the process of doing it itself, mm-hmm. then you get that reward pleasure mm-hmm. without having to have accomplished a huge task. When you take your eyes off of, when you stop worrying about the outcome and just do the process. This is another realization.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Well, because they always say in manifestation to stop worrying about the outcome and just worry about what you can do.
Yeah.
So I have made it so that my focus is the doing, the being, the act,
Yeah.
that gets myself closer. And so I
You mean
derive...
your purpose?
Yes, but in this case, the purpose gets to be cleaning also.
Okay.
Or it gets to be feeling like I'm the person who takes the time to clean.
Okay.
Regardless of... Yeah, the purpose gets to be me being me.
Oh.
And the me that I desire to be.
Mm-hmm.
So here's also this manifestation realization of... Don't focus on the outcome. You're not in charge of the outcome. The universe is in charge of the outcome. You're in charge of doing what you can do. So I just have had a collective, like, quadruple realization. What? A tripled up, double down? Is that what we called it the other day?
Yeah!
Something like that.
Yeah.
Tripled up, double down.
Triple up, double down.
Triple, double down? I don't remember. Comment below if you remember what the fuck we said in that past
know.
episode. We had a really good time with it,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I like it. Mm-hmm. I was wondering where you were going when you were like, when I allowed myself the dopamine, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yes. Well, because you have to define what is rewarding. In order for your brain chemistry to... This is wholly a theory that I have come up with in collaboration with hearing things on the internet. I am not a psychologist. Please talk to your therapist about this. But from my understanding of neuro-linguistic programming and how much words matter to your unconscious mind.
Yeah.
If your reward is constantly the outcome and the outcome only, then you are not allowing yourself to receive a reward any other time than the outcome.
And you were previously only allowing yourself dopamine? Like you were controlling...
Well, I was controlling my parameters for success. My parameters for reward.
And for joy.
As in, I can only experience the joy, the reward, therefore the dopamine, if the task is done, the counter is clear, the relating it to work, the work task has been completed. Oh. I was not allowing myself any satisfaction or value to come from having worked on it.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting.
Isn't it? That's how my brain was working.
Well, I'm very glad that you had this realization.
Me too, because yeeting for work is what has allowed me to accomplish many things the last few days since my return.
Yeah.
Because it's really, like, the last 2 days have really been the only time I've been able to apply this new skill to work. But if I can just focus on making broad strokes, big wins. I guess I have been saying big wins for a while now, but now Carrie has painted me a very explicit picture of what that can look like.
I'm glad that he did that too, because I know we've talked about, like, I know I've talked to you about, like, how work can be joyful and, like, how, the joy in work and stuff before. And I guess I didn't necessarily understand the like, joy reward in the outcome, maybe, situation.
When you were raised to believe that it's the outcome that matters, right? Like, is your room clean or dirty?
Oh,
it is only one of the two. Like, when you grow up with that binary, it becomes hard to allow yourself to view what you've done through a lens of joy if you haven't done the whole thing. And this is a process I've been rerouting or repatterning for myself for a while now, actually. Yeah. Because with projects, with anything, with a home renovation, with painting a room, with doing a landscaping project, in my family, it was either done that weekend or it just was done that weekend. Like, it just was done. It didn't matter how long you had to work into the night to get it done. It just got done.
Oh.
Which can be really great if I'm on a deadline. I have the work ethic to follow through on it. And Carrie has been teaching me that it doesn't have to be like that. Oh, we can work on a landscaping project from, well, the end of last summer, and we're still going to finish it this spring.
Yeah.
So I've added a whole 6 months to my to my process,
right,
and letting that be okay. But when you can invite yourself to view you having done anything at all to be worthy of celebration, why then, yeah, I think that has added dopamine into my life.
Yeah,
not that I have like strict control, like dopamine on, dopamine off.
Right.
But it has allowed me to, invite my brain into considering new parameters for reward, for success.
Yes. Absolutely.
For satisfaction.
You know, that's really interesting because I grew up very differently. I mean, we grew up very differently, but similarly in regards to like my room was clean or it was not clean. And when I had cleaned it, it was inspected and not good enough. Finish it. You know what I mean? Like, and so, like, I definitely have that, but now I don't feel that same way, and I'm just wondering where like that switched.
Maybe somewhere in DBT, in your dialectical behavior therapy.
Yeah. I wonder if it's that, or I wonder if it was like in having kids and just like all of a sudden having like,
taking joy in their processes.
Yeah.
Maybe
and just
help
like
to reparent yourself on that.
I think maybe. Because then once you have like a tiny human all the time, like, you just look at them and then there's just like dopamine all day. You know what I mean? Like
I did that. Yeah. What else could I have had to do? I did that.
Like it smiles, dopamine. It yawns, dopamine. It farts, dopamine. Like,
wow, you're really making having kids sound great.
Dopamine.
Guys, this is just so that we're clear, not advice to go have a baby. That requires a lot more than...
No, then they turn 13 and it's hard.
Yeah.
Still a lot of dopamine, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Really, really, really hard.
I see that and I'm just on the ant level.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm going to subtract just from that sentence.
Yes.
And I am on the ant level.
And I'm 36 right now. And
yeah, you want to start a whole new baby at 36?
No, because I can't imagine.
Well, if it happens, you're going to witness it firsthand.
Okay, and I will love that so much, and I will love it so much.
I don't know that I have that in
That's
me.
totally valid also. Whichever way the cookie crumbles, I'm here for it.
Well, anytime I'm around children for a prolonged period of time, it comes up.
This is the week after vacation with sweet Ivan.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you let me have your children for a week, I would feel the same way.
Okay.
If you give me a child for a week.
Yeah.
I'm
dopamine.
See?
Fucking kids.
Little cutie pies.
So I think that's where it was.
I get the dopamine without having my own.
Because, we have Lily.
Yes. I have
and
Lily.
The wandering
I have
worm.
Max. I have Zara.
Yeah.
I have Ivan when I get to see him.
Yes.
Yes.
So. Great.
Yeah, so anyway, there's that on that. So, back to chucking.
Yeeting.
I like to call it chucking. Carrie likes to call it yeeting. He's very sweet.
If you could implore some of that yeet cleaning to Max, that'd be fantastic. Because
great.
Here's the thing is I don't have a lot of skills when it comes to cleaning. And so like
That's the beauty of the
trying to
yeet.
teach. But Max's room is all just a square, right? So where's he going to eat it? To the other side of the mess?
Well, all you have to do is decide where the final place is. Where's the final yeet zone for each object?
Yeah.
Because without that, then you're right. It is just nebulous chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But if each thing does have a home, and it can be as simple as its home is this dresser, not this spot on this dresser according to this outline of...
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, some people like that. Some people really enjoy that. One day, I would fucking love that. I just am not there yet.
Oh, we'll do a pretty good job of that around here for the most part.
Yes, because here it is required of me.
Why?
Well, as I explained to you, I require it of myself because I want to hold the literal space for people when they come to Your Soul Welcome. Like when they walk through our doors. It's not just that we're holding energetic space. It's that I want this to look and feel the same every time people walk through the door. And I want that to be a really specific feeling of welcome and calm and coziness and joy.
Yes.
And if things are constantly moving around, you don't get that branding.
Yeah.
You don't get that physical support for the energetic space.
Yeah.
You can still energetically support people from anywhere. Absolutely.
Right.
And how nice is it that by making sure all the chairs are pushed in nicely, you get that physical support and you don't have to do that the next day.
Yes.
Because it's already done and taken care of. Your room is working for you instead of against you.
Right. The consistency is very nice.
Yes.
And has been very well received.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
And, truly everyone's been really complimentary of the space.
Yes.
And I have been helping myself to receive those compliments because I know that I've worked really fucking hard on holding the space. So it's been nice to receive those compliments. Mm-hmm. And I would still be doing it without them because it is important to me that that's how I can invite people to feel. Yes. I can't control their feelings.
That's right.
I can use the branding of my space to invite those feelings.
Right.
Just like when I walk. Okay, sorry kids. Apparently we
ran out of space
on my laptop. But we were almost at an hour anyway, so sorry for the slightly funky audio partway through. What was I talking about? Holding the energetic space.
When you came back and stuff in this room.
And things in this room were just like 3 inches off, or like 5 inches askew, or like the table that you guys are sitting on right now, like was just a little like 6 inches this way or something like that. And so I noticed immediately because that my brain is so focused on making sure to hold the physical space that I was like instantly consciously aware of it. Mm-hmm. So when you, I guess, put focus into devotion to something, it becomes easy to feel when you're out of alignment.
Right.
Whether that's physical alignment of chairs or alignment in who you are being inside of your business. I feel like since we've already been chatting for almost an hour, we should do a second one on entrepreneurship at some point.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
But we are planning some other fun episodes like what does it mean to go feral and why is it so fucking fun?
Yeah. Wild and out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like how does letting yourself go wild and feral support you? And we've got one planned on talking about the Fae, a resident ordained high priestess. Ashley is going to tell us about that.
Yeah.
And how you can use Fae magic in your own life and use the Fae to support you. Mm-hmm. We've talked about doing one about high holidays, like the equinoxes and Beltane, and we just had Ostara recently. So Ashley can tell you guys all about that kind of stuff because
so excited.
I'm excited too because those are things that I know much less about.
Yay!
And so I'm excited to see what unfolds from this. We have a lot in the works.
Yes.
And we discussed today planning being a little bit more pointed about our plans for the podcast so that we are supporting you in ways that make you feel good, that make us feel good for having supported you in, because I know it's been a little bit chaotic after the holidays, and with us starting this, like, I think we've averaged 2 episodes a month instead of 3,
Right.
and we are doing our best.
Yes.
And we are so honored that you are along for the journey with us.
Yes. We're just ready to get back in our groove.
Yes, or to establish our new groove.
Yes.
Yes. So it's
Yes.
just taken us a bit to figure it out. We are learning how to hold it all.
Yeah.
And that is perhaps the biggest lesson of being entrepreneurs with a brick and mortar space.
Yes.
Learning to hold all that you have the capacity for.
Yes.
And how to yeet along the things.
Yeah.
It goes really well with the done is better than perfect vibe that we
Yes.
talk about, this yeeting, this
Yes.
chucking in the right direction.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
And chucking very much almost feels like feminine flow inside of like masculine structure. Because you know that the things have to get done. Like you've got the list of things that need done.
Yeah.
That's your structure.
Yes.
And then you're just chucking things closer to the finish line. Just moving things that belong in the soul suite where we are now at Your Soul Welcome into the soul suite. And then from there they get arranged in their particular places.
That's right. Just give it a good old hip check. Boom.
Yes. And then I'll come along later and align it just so.
Yeah.
You do the hip check, I'll do the
Finesse.
Yeah. I am good at finessing.
Yeah.
I'm real good at finessing.
Absolutely.
You're real good at chucking, actually, so that works out well.
Great. See, that's why we're a great team.
Being reflective about what your strengths are and how you can best support each other.
Mm-hmm.
That works out.
It does.
It so does. So anyway, if you guys have questions about being an entrepreneur or starting a brick and mortar business or doing really anything related to what Ashley and I are doing, please feel free to comment them below. Maybe we can do like a Q&A episode or
Absolutely.
another entrepreneur episode or
That'd be great.
Yeah, a little something. So anyway, that's that on that. We love you guys so fucking much.
Okay.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.